Hello everyone, welcome to your partner in education, Agile Rank Mate. Today in this episode of IIFT Insights, we're going to be looking at some sample questions of the IIFT examination. IIFT stands for the Indian Institute of Foreign Trading, and we're going to be looking at questions of the entrance exam to the IIFT, which depends on logical reasoning. So let's look at today's question, which is based on quantitative reasoning. Now we have 4 questions. The directions to those 4 questions are given here. Some friends went to Netram Sweets. Following is the information about the number of rasgullas that they ate. Gimme ate 8 less than Akshit. Dilip and Raj together ate 37. Jugal ate 8 more than Dilip. Akshit ate 5 more than Dilip. Akshit and Gimme together ate 40. So let's look at the questions first, shall we? The first question is, how many rasgullas did Raj eat? Second, Jugal and Dilip together ate how many rasgullas? 3, what's the difference between the number of rasgullas ate by Dilip and Raj? And finally, if the cost of each rasgulla is 2, what was the total amount that they had to pay? So let's look at the directions, shall we? Well, over here, the 5 statements represent 5 different equations. So we're going to take the first letter of every name and use it as the variable for this case. So using that, we're going to create the 5 equations. The first statement says that Gimme ate 8 rasgullas less than Akshit. So that means the difference between A and G, which are variables for Akshit and Gimme, will be equal to 8. So we can consider this to be equation 1. Now for equation 2. Dilip and Raj together ate 37. So that means D plus R is going to be equal to 37 rasgullas. That's equation 2. Equation number 3. Jugal ate 8 rasgullas more than Dilip. So that means J minus D is equal to 8. This is equation 3. Equation 4 says that Akshit ate 5 more than Dilip. So that means A minus D is equal to 5. And finally, the final statement says Akshit and Gimme together ate 40. So let's erase that. So what that final statement actually means is that A plus G is equal to 40. So we will number those equations as 4 and 5 respectively. So we now have the required equations to solve our questions. But we need to find out how much does each person eat. So how do we do that? Well, before we go there, we actually get an equation that we have deducted from 3 and 4. J minus D is 8 and A minus D is 5. So therefore, J minus A is going to be equal to 3. Let's consider this to be equation 6, and let's start solving. Now, if you look at equations 1 and 5, A minus G equals 8, A plus G equals 40. So if we add them together, we will get 2A on the left-hand side and 48 on the right-hand side. Now, if you divide both sides by 2, we get the value of A as 24. So that means Akshit ate 24 sweets. Now, since we know the value for Akshit, let's use that for equation 1. So 24 minus G equals 8. So that means G equals 24 minus 8, which is equal to 16. So the number of rasgullas that Gimme ate is 16. Now that we've got Akshit and Gimme, let's look at the others. Now, according to equation 4, it says that Akshit minus Dilip is equal to 5. So that means Akshit ate 5 more sweets than Dilip. So if we were to look at that, then that means if we put Akshit's value as 24 minus D equals 5, then the number of rasgullas that Dilip ate would be 24 minus 5, which is equal to 19. So for Dilip, the value is 19. So now that we know Dilip's value, let's look at how much rasgullas that Jugal ate. So J minus 19 is equal to 8. So J equals to 19 plus 8, which is equal to, if my memory serves correctly, 27. So therefore, the number of rasgullas that Jugal ate is 27. Finally, we have Raj. So how do we calculate Raj's share? We know that D plus R equals 37. We also know that D equals 19. So R is going to be equal to 37 minus D, which is equal to 37 minus 19. So 17 minus 9 gives you 8. 2 minus 1 gives you 1. So therefore, Raj ate a total of 18 rasgullas. Now let's look at our question. The first question was, how many rasgullas did Raj eat? And we found the answer out, didn't we? Option A, 18, is the right option, if we look at our table here. Next question. Jugal and Dilip together ate how many rasgullas? Now, the value for Jugal is 27 and the value for Dilip is 19. So let's write those down first. So since it's together, we need to add their values. That means 27 plus 19 would give us our answer, which is equal to 9 plus 7 is 16. 1 carries over. 2 plus 1 gives you 4. So therefore, a total of 46 is the right number of rasgullas that Jugal and Dilip ate. So option A, 46, is the right answer. What about question number 3? The difference between the number of rasgullas eaten by Dilip and Raj. So as you can see, Dilip ate 19, Raj ate 18. So it's simple, really. 19 minus 18, since here we're looking at differences, so we need to subtract. That means 19 minus 18, which is actually equal to 1. So therefore, option A, 1, is the right answer. And now the final question. If the cost of each rasgulla is 2 currency units, what was the total amount that they had to pay? Now let's consider this to be 2 rupees. Since where they come from, they use rupees as transaction. Now, if 1 rasgulla costs 2 rupees, then the total amount would have to be calculated by multiplying 2 with the total rasgullas. So for that, we need to calculate total rasgullas, which would be actually equal to the sum of all of their values. So Akshit ate 24, Gimme ate 16, Dilip ate 19, Jugal ate 27, Raj ate 18 rasgullas. So when we add those up like this, 19, 18, 16, 7, 4, 11, 9, 20, 28, 34, 3 gets carried over, 3 2s 5, 5 2s 7, 8, 9, and finally 10. So therefore, the total number of rasgullas is 104. So that means the total price in this case would be 2 times of 104 because each rasgulla costs 2 rupees. So therefore, they had to pay a total of 208 rupees in order to eat that many amount of rasgullas. So therefore, as you can see from the options, it's clear that option A is the right option. So that concludes this episode of IIFT Insights. We hope you found this episode interesting. For more of our useful and interesting content, don't forget to subscribe to Agile Rank Mate, your partner in education. If you want to get the latest updates from our channel, then please don't forget to hit the bell icon present below the video. So, until the next webisode, take care, stay alert, bye-bye for now.